Well, here's a little update to the rear frame. We found out we were about 2 to 3 degrees off. So we've brought in the cinder blocks and did some spacings in here, and we got it exactly on. So a nice little magnetic with the bubble in all the different directions. It's exactly where we need to be. So here's the little update. So we've talked about redoing the base, and this is the mock-up. I found out I was about 3 degrees off on this side here. So I'm gonna break the spot welds, realign this exactly where it needs to be, recut and angle a little bit the bigger tube to fit exactly where it needs to be, because it doesn't matter if it's exactly square from its original intent. What matters is that it's square to the original frame, which will then make it square where it needs to be, from the engine, the transmission, to the vehicle going straight down the road instead of a little bit of an angle. So this is a very straight from all the measurements we've done, but we want to make sure that everything in the back was not a little off, about 2-3 degrees. So originally, let's talk about originally. This was supposed to be up here. I had the tubes coming down, and this was at the base, and we cut these tubes here, and that was its one reinforcement. Now what we're going to do is, these came off a prototype treadmill, and these are going to be perfect for our application. So we're going to be bringing this to the exact angle we need it to be, and we'll bring that in there. And the beautiful thing is, from the on the prototype treadmill that we had with these very, very thick tubes, done by a shop that does a lot of off-road vehicles, especially the rock climbing vehicles. So they went a lot thicker. They didn't worry about as much the weight, they worried about the strength. And at the base of the treadmill, we had it going to the frame, and this was welded in and tapped. Well, I did all my angles as the exact angle I need. So the first one will be bolted from the center mount of the engine and the transmission coming up. So I'm very happy with that. And then we'll do a second one. I have extra tubing, and we're gonna weld that to here, coming up here. So this will have a dual mounting. And we definitely had about 6.5, 7 inches between the inside of the tire and where this is going to be, and that's giving us an extra about 2.5 inches. Before, when this was on here and we had the dual carbs, one side was hitting and the other side we had less than 1/4 inch for all our adjustments. Now, by going with this angle that used to be with a treadmill, this is actually giving us an extra about 3 inches. So we're still going to be about 2.5 inches from the outside of this frame. I'm sorry, 1.5 inches from the outside of this frame to where the tire is going to sit. And then it gives us about an extra 2.5, 3 inches on the inside for the dual carb, so we can do all our adjustments. So we're very, very happy with that. And another thing we're going to just talk about on this charity build is the tires are being donated by the Zerker Family Foundation. So we're really happy about that. Best One Tire. And here we go. We're going to make this happen.